Every day, millions of these end up in landfills or oceans. But inside this factory, that trash is transformed into luxury fashion. Today, we are taking you inside the most advanced recycling plant in the world. You will see the full process, from dirty bin to runway ready. If you love engineering and sustainability, hit that subscribe button right now. It all starts here at the intake bay. 50 tons of plastic arrive every single morning. These bales are messy. They contain dirt, labels, liquids, and wrong types of plastic.
The bale breaker claws the compressed blocks apart so the bottles can flow freely. Now free, the bottles begin a 2-mile journey through the plant.
First stop, the trommel. This giant sieve removes caps, loose dirt, and glass shards. Anything smaller than a bottle falls through the grate and is discarded. Next, the delabeler scrapes off the plastic wrappers. These labels are made of a different plastic than the bottles fey, so they must go. Now for the brain of the operation, the optical sorter.
Near-infrared sensors identify the chemical makeup of every single bottle in milliseconds.
We only want clear PET plastic. Colored bottles are ejected by precise air jets. Technology is great, but human eyes are the final quality check.
A single metal can could destroy the grinder blades later on.
Just to be safe, a magnetic separator pulls out any remaining ferrous metal.
The clean, sorted bottles drop into the grinder. Rotating blades chop the plastic into small pieces called flakes.
This flake is the currency of the recycling world. But the flakes are still dirty. They need a bath. We use 85 degrees Celsius caustic soda water to dissolve glue residue. In the float sink tank, physics does the work. PET plastic sinks. The remaining cap fragments float and are skimmed off. The clean PET flakes are spun dry in a high-speed centrifuge.
Before melting, we test the purity. It must be 99.9% pure PET.
The flakes are fed into the extruder, where they are melted down at 280 degrees.
The molten goo is pushed through microscopic filters to catch any remaining microscopic dust.
Exits as long, hot strands of plastic spaghetti. A cutter chops these strands into uniform pellets, also known as nurdles. This is rPET, recycled polyethylene terephthalate. It's as good as virgin plastic. Most recyclers stop here. We don't. We turn these pellets into thread.
The pellets are melted down once again in the spinning tower.
The liquid plastic is forced through a spinneret, a shower head with holes thinner than a human hair.
As the liquid hits the cool air, it solidifies instantly into continuous filaments.
Hundreds of these microfilaments are bundled together to form a single yarn.
The yarn is stretched while hot. This aligns the molecules and gives it immense strength. Right now, it feels smooth like fishing line. We need it to feel like cotton.
Texturing machines use air jets to crimp the yarn, adding volume and softness.
The result is huge spools of high-quality polyester yarn. This yarn is indistinguishable from polyester made from oil, but with a 75% lower carbon footprint.
The yarn moves to the weaving hall. It is loud, fast, and precise. Automated looms weave the recycled yarn into sheets of fabric at 800 picks per minute.
Computers control the weave pattern, creating intricate textures like twill or satin. Every yard is inspected. One broken thread, and the machine stops automatically. The fabric is currently white. Time to add color. Traditional dyeing wastes water. Here, we use a pressurized CO2 system. Supercritical CO2 permeates the fabric, depositing the dye without using a single drop of water.
The result is vibrant, permanent color with zero wastewater pollution.
The final manufacturing step is finishing. We add a water-repellent coating, making the fabric waterproof yet breathable. Mechanical softeners break the stiffness, giving it a luxurious drape.
In the lab, we torture the fabric to ensure it lasts a lifetime. Tensile strength tests prove that recycled plastic is just as tough as virgin material.
The fabric is ready. Now it enters the world of high fashion. Designers use this recycled material for premium winter coats, bags, and activewear.
Skilled artisans assemble the final products.
It takes about 25 plastic bottles to make one of these jackets. It's warm, waterproof, and stylish. And it used to be trash. Critics often ask, is it cheaper? Actually, no. The process is complex and expensive, but the environmental cost is far lower. This facility runs on 100% renewable energy, further reducing the carbon footprint. We also educate consumers. Synthetic fabrics can shed microplastics when washed. Our advanced continuous filament weaving minimizes shedding significantly compared to fleece. This year alone, this factory diverted 1 billion bottles from the ocean. And the best part? When this jacket wears out, we can recycle it again. Textile to textile recycling is the next frontier we are pioneering here. It's harder than bottles because of zippers and buttons, but we are solving it. The goal is a truly circular economy where plastic never becomes waste. We treat plastic as a valuable resource, not garbage. But technology is only half the battle. We need you to recycle correctly. Contamination is our biggest enemy. Rinse your bottles. Keep the caps on. If we don't change, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish by 2050.
Places like this give us hope that we can reverse the tide.
From the dirty, chaotic intake bay. Point through the high-speed optical sorters. Shredded into flakes and washed until pristine.
Melted and spun into microscopic fibers. And woven into the fabric of our lives.
It is a marvel of modern engineering. Proving that waste is just a design flaw. Thanks to Sarah and the team for opening their doors to us. Would you wear a jacket made of bottles? Let us know in the comments.
Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new. For a writer something new. And subscribe for more deep dives into the factories that build our world.
Share this with a friend who cares about the planet. See you in the next episode.